In the small, quiet town of Riverdale, the atmosphere crackled with an undercurrent of tension. The residents, now aware of the monstrous presence in their midst, lived in constant fear, their nerves wound tight like a coiled spring. Each shadow held the potential for terror, and the once familiar streets seemed haunted by unseen eyes. Rachel, a young woman with a rebellious spirit, couldn't shake the unease that clung to her like a second skin. Her daily routines became laden with caution, every step accompanied by an instinctive wariness. Yet a relentless curiosity gnawed at her, drawing her towards the very danger she sought to avoid. One moonless night, Rachel found herself drawn to the whispering allure of the Green River, a mysterious force calling her name. She hesitated at the water's edge, her heart pounding in her chest, as if sensing the lurking malevolence that cloaked the darkness. The rhythmic lapping of the river seemed to synchronize with her pulse, intensifying the anticipation that hung heavy in the air. As she walked along the moonlit path, the eerie silence pressed against her eardrums. Every rustle of leaves, every distant hoot of an owl, heightened her senses, amplifying the feeling of being watched. Goosebumps prickled along her arms as a chilling breeze whispered through the trees, carrying with it an ominous foreboding. Rachel's footsteps quickened, her breath catching in her throat, when a twig snapped in the distance. Her heart skipped a beat and she spun around, her wide eyes scanning the shadows. The world around her seemed to hold its breath, the anticipation of danger palpable. Suddenly a figure emerged, materializing from the obscurity. Gary Ridgway, the Green River Killer himself, stepped into the dim light, a malevolent smile curling upon his lips. Rachel froze, her blood turning to ice as their eyes locked in a deadly confrontation. Time slowed to a crawl as terror consumed Rachel's every thought. She fought against the paralysis gripping her body, her mind racing for an escape route. Adrenaline surged through her veins, fueling her desperate struggle to break free from the clutches of this unhinged monster. With every ounce of strength she could muster, Rachel sprinted through the forest, the thudding of her footsteps pounding in her ears. Branches clawed at her skin, and the ground beneath her feet became treacherous, threatening to betray her desperate escape. Gary Ridgway's menacing laughter echoed through the night, intensifying the sense of impending doom. But Rachel refused to surrender. She pushed past her physical limits, her lungs burning, her muscles screaming in protest. The town's flickering streetlights became her guiding beacons. As she stumbled towards safety, the adrenaline-fueled determination drowning out the taunts that pursued her. Finally, Rachel burst into a clearing, her gasps for breath punctuating the silence. She glanced back, her heart pounding with a mixture of relief and lingering dread. The forest behind her stood still, shrouded in impenetrable darkness, the abyss that held the Green River Killer. From that night forward, Rachel lived with the weight of that terrifying encounter, forever changed by the suspenseful dance with death. The fear that once simmered beneath the surface of Riverdale now boiled over, a constant reminder of the fragile line that separates tranquility from horror. Though the town would eventually find closure with Gary Ridgway's capture, the chilling thrill of that night lingered in their collective memory, a constant reminder that evil could strike from the most unexpected corners. And as Riverdale carried on, the residents forever remained vigilant, knowing that the darkness of the Green River Killer could surface once more, shattering their fragile peace.